The first counter we want to cover is having Bryce stand off ball and allow the other guys to play 4-on-4. Bryce has the best gravity in the league. And what we mean by that is, as you can see here, Matthew Dellavedova is going to stay attached to Bryce Cotton and not worry about playing any kind of help defense at all. That's going to allow the Sixers to generate double and triple gaps in order to drive into. As this was a set, Adelaide get a ball reversal, eventually leading to a Humphries-Flynn Cameron sideline third pick and roll. Flynn has got plenty of room to get downhill here. As you can see, Zylan Cheatham lifts and Xavier Cooks does not honour his ability to shoot the ball at all, but it still was enough to allow Flynn Cameron to work his way to the free throw line. You're going to see this happen just during the flow of the game as well. Later on in the game, we can see this possession in the second half where Bryce just goes and sits himself into the right corner. This is now another opportunity for the 36ers to play 4-on-4. As we see this little action leading to a ball screen, it's no surprise that it's Flynn Cameron getting downhill again. Flynn is Adelaide's most effective guard inside 8 feet of the basket, shooting 61% on relatively high volume. As he snakes and changes direction by scanning the floor around the elbow, he's able to force the switch and put his defender in jail, allowing him to take the shot blocking ability out of it. Flynn's a strong guard, and just in this way, Bryce Cotton has affected the game by standing in the corner, taking away a defender, and forcing Sydney to guard 4-on-4 in space. Against Bryce, the Kings have found some success with their positional length and the mobility of their bigs. They have bigs who can guard at the line of the screen, so in all ball screens, Sydney are putting two on the ball and often not recovering until Bryce has released the basketball. You can see in this clip that Kendrick Davis is what we call a single side tag, where he's ready to bump Isaac Humphries to prevent him rolling to the rim, which is one of his strengths. DJV is lifting high into the slot, which is a great way to punish the tag as Kendrick Davis can't move in two directions at once, and there'll be an open shot there. But that passing angle is often taken away by the length that Sydney have on the ball. Meanwhile, Xavier Cooks is standing at the nail, which is the middle of the free throw line, in order to take away space for Bryce Cotton to potentially drive into. He's able to do this as they want to guard Zylan Cheatham with a gap. He's a great athlete, but he's also a low volume shooter, so they feel like they're not paying a price in order to step off Cheatham to prevent Cotton from having a driving lane. As you can see, however, that would be really hard for Xavier Cooks to recover to, and Zylan Cheatham, with his 5-out alignment, has a massive double gap for him to be able to catch and drive into. I just think Bryce makes a pretty good read here. He's trying to get the ball to Cheatham here outside the paint, and he can then from there just straight line drive and probably hammer it home. However, Cheatham instead decides to cut against the stunt to give Bryce a double gap, and we have this miscue. Adelaide's turnover rate isn't high, but this length is preventing Bryce from getting the quality of looks that he would like. One counter that Adelaide has gone to is guard-to-guard ghost screens. By having a guard screen for Bryce, it creates indecision. Do they double it or not? It also prevents the length of being on the ball that Bryce has seen throughout the series. Here we can see a down screen Isaac Humphries gives for DJ Vasiljevic. That just creates a little bit of hesitation in Kendrick Davis, and he's now late to the action. As it is, they don't switch, but it allows DJ Vasiljevic to get enough room to have his feet set, and also allows for Bryce Cotton to make an easy pass to a lights-out shooter. This became a common action that Adelaide ran in the fourth quarter of Game 2, especially picking on Kendrick Davis. He can see John Jenkins sets the guard-to-guard screen, and Kendrick Davis does momentarily put two on the ball against Bryce Cotton. Him shading to his left to prevent Bryce Cotton going downhill means that John Jenkins now can free himself up for a catch and shoot, and Bryce Cotton is able to deliver the pass on time and on target. Sydney try and counter this by pre-switching off the ball. You can see here as Adelaide has got John Jenkins going to set the guard-to-guard screen to pick on KD. Malaroch switches off of his assignment onto Jenkins. Adelaide, recognising this, Then send Flynn Cameron, who's got KD on him anyway, to go set the guard-to-guard action. As you can see this time, Kendrick Davis doesn't show two on the ball, and Bryce has now got enough separation to make the tough shot over Matthew Dellavedova. There are a lot more counters and reads that Adelaide did in this game to successfully free up Bryce or use his gravity to make it easier for others to score. However, with a limited time span between games, we will for now leave it there with just two simple reads and then explore more in further videos.
Cheatham gave it off again, this time Rakocevic from underneath. Outstanding patience.